Taylor Swift reviews I polished perfection remains accessible as 1989 tour winds down 6 months of touring. Taylor Swift knows exactly what she's doing. To quote from New Romantics, the final track of her Indomitable album 1989 and the second of her live set list, on the first of her 7 shows in Australia, the final leg of her world tour. There's no pose held that isn't obscenely flattering, no introduction that doesn't seem scripted. Taylor Swift has 7 shows left in her 1989 world tour. Who will she bring out? Read more. You could hold it up as evidence of her being calculating, the word often applied to her intense involvement in her public brand and career. Or you could accept it as part for the course of being the biggest pop star in the world today. The Visible worked for commitment to putting on a spectacular show that she upholds, from the opener Welcome to New York to the crowd-pleasing closer Shake It Off. Take the wristbands, given out on entry at ANZ Stadium, programmed to light up in time with her songs. It's a surefire way to get tens of thousands of hands in the air. But it's also a present from Swift to her fans, transforming the charmless, concrete dead zone into an infinite starscape. On the Mrs. Carter Tour of 2013, when Beyoncé ruled the world, the sense was that she was the gift. Swift isn't just accessible to fans, she works at a relationship with them, as you would an old friend you risk taking for granted. She thanks us for choosing her show over any other event Sydney has to offer. I know there's a lot of other places you could be, as though any of the 76,000 people at her show had given serious consideration to the Supercross Open or the short course swimming championships on at the stadium complex the same night. There are moments this your friend Taylor Swift act wears a bit thin, like the coy disclosure I put out an album called 1989 when we'd already heard at least 3 songs from it. The video interviews of her famous friends extolling her virtues as a home baker seem particularly self-serving. A bid to shoehorn Lena Dunham and the Haim sisters into a set in which her squad risked going unmentioned. Even some of her most enthusiastic fans sit down as soon as Selena Gomez pops up on screen to chew the cud about what true love might be. Disappointingly, she does not introduce a special guest tonight, despite much speculation as to who it might be. Advertisement. But the cynicism I feel at the start of her speech introducing Clean, about overcoming insecurities and negative self-talk and coming to terms with your mistakes, dissipates when I see the young girls hanging off her every word. There aren't many celebrities with her profile and influence telling preteen girls that they are not somebody else's opinion of them, that they are not going nowhere just because you haven't got to where you want to be yet. Pop stars don't have to be good role models, but Swift takes her responsibilities seriously. There must be parents who are grateful to her for it. This earnestness extends to the rest of her performance as she mimes taking the Polaroid picture, winks at every click in blank space and flashes her eyes malevolently as she sings I Can Make All the Tables Turn. She approaches her songs as her fans might lip-sync them alone in their bedrooms or the older ones, and there are plenty of them here tonight. Even without children as a cover drunk at karaoke, all exaggerated gestures and literal interpretations. There's no doubt that Swift is a workhorse. The dance steps don't come easy, and she leaves the flashy legwork to her all-male dancers. She seems much more at ease with her guitar for this love and we are never ever getting back together, and at a piano for the stripped-back take on Enchanted and Wildest Dreams. 10 Things We Learned from the American Music Awards. Read more. The singles from 1989 received the most rapturous reception from the crowd, not because they're the best known she could have sung an early B-side and this crowd would have known every word, but because they're the better songs. Oversaturation or snubbishness make it easy to forget what brilliant pop songs Style and Blank Space are. Stylish, original, witty. Swift's performance tonight is a reminder that her clothes, her cats, her squad-o-side, it's her songwriter that has won her enormous global fandom. Her great gift is treating love with such specificity, moving the furniture to dances her apartment that's small. Wonders my friend driving at 2 a.m. that it evokes your own experiences of it. And out of the woods, giant paper airplanes circling above her. She sings about being in a snowmobile accident with Harry Styles. I think about an exchange in a burger bar in Melbourne. It was about my theory. Once you've felt every emotion that Taylor Swift has sung about, life has no more highs or lows to offer you, and you keel over. Spent. I ran through a lot of them on Saturday night.